I looked at his player stats.
Yeah, only
All of his
spy.
hours were with spy,
It's
and
just
he had
spy.
over
That's
1,000,000
crazy.
points, and his longest
God
life
damn.
matched
He
his
truly is
death
spy
time,
main.
meaning that this player, whoever or whatever it was, never died.
Never died,
I
really?
did the math, and he'd been
Wow,
playing
never
since October
died?
10th,
Damn.
2007, the day the
Alrighty, buddy. I am back with another video with the two Germans. Was it two idiot Germans? My bad. um, because I have just watched the Blight episode, whatever you want to call it. It was really great. I really enjoyed it, and so I noticed there was this particular video, the spy creepypasta. So I want to see it. Looks interesting. I love the last video, this most recent video. So I expect this one to be just as good. So let's check it out. And before I do, be sure to check out the Two Idiot Germans. I'm sorry, his name. um, and yeah, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. And before I react, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, share the video, and subscribe. So let's get to it. Subtitles are available. Wait, available?
I'm not sure if I should or shouldn't tell this story.
I'll just put it on.
Chances are nobody will believe me, as I no longer have any proof. But I feel, for the safety of others,
Okay, so it's more of like
I have to talk
SFM.
about
Okay.
the spy and why you should be as afraid of him.
This kind of reminds me
as
of
I
this
am.
other YouTuber that uses pretty much the same approach to, for his
This story
creepypasta
takes
videos.
place on October 27th, 2012.
2012.
A few days before Halloween.
Dude, that was peak.
I was looking
that-
forward to hanging out with my friends and
peak,
doing our movie night. On this night, though,
like
I
creepypastas
chose
were
to stay
literally
home
blowing
and
up at
play Team
that
Fortress
time.
2. My favorite class was the spy. Challenging, but rewarding. It was so addicting to play. I even had the outfit for a cosplay at my local game and anime conventions, as well as a butterfly knife so I could learn how to do the flips and tricks. As you can tell, I'm a freaking nerd, but I'm proud of it. Gaming is a passion for me, and Team Fortress 2 was easily one of my favorite games. During this time, the Halloween event for the game was going on, and I was trying to get the achievements and special items that were available that year.
So I noticed it's more like
So
still
I was playing
shots
sniper with the huntsman, primarily
or
so I could
frames, you
kill
can say,
Erasmus when he showed up.
which I
Everything
like.
seemed fine until I was killed by a spy. The kill cam came up, and it was someone named Spy, with no hats or
Spy.
unlocks of any kind. Well, that's embarrassing, I thought to myself. And here I thought I was so
No
good at the
cosmetics,
class,
what?
and I ended up being killed by a new player. At least, I figured he was a new player, considering his loadout. Oh well, I went about my business and continued to play. I was in the middle of fighting Merasmus and was killed by Spy again. And it was odd because I thought I was doing well to prevent him from backstabbing me. Clearly he wasn't a new player. He was smart about avoiding till I was completely distracted. So I figured, why not play Spy as well? It could be fun to play against someone who obviously
Dude,
knew what he was doing.
we do that all
So
the
I went
time,
Spy and
don't
played
we?
as normal. I went about stabbing and shooting people, trying to find him so I could go toe-to-toe with him in a spy duel. But I could never find him, so I went about going after his team instead. Just before killing an enemy medic, I was killed yet again.
Wow.
Same player. This guy's good, I thought. His timing was perfect. I decided to check the scoreboard to see how many points he had, but there wasn't anyone named Spy. I was a little disappointed. I figured he left the server and decided to go ahead and go back to trying to get the achievement.
Yeah, this is
again.
classic
When I was
creepypasta here.
backstabbed by who else? Spy. And to add insult to injury, there was a message in the server chat that said,
You are an amateur and a fool.
It's
I was
literally the
getting a
voice
little
line
bit
of the spy.
agitated. I could never seem to find this guy before he killed me. And I would keep seeing the same thing every time when the camera zoomed in. A spy with a stock loadout and a smile on his face. Yeah, a smile. Like he was grinning at the fact that he killed me.
That smells
I decided
crazy.
to just quit and come back later. But I was still a little agitated. Not at the fact that he kept killing me, but the fact that I tried to look for him, even checked the scoreboard for his name, and there was nothing. Who the heck just leaves for a brief moment, then comes back to kill someone? I admit, it worked. But how would they know I was looking at that particular point in time? It just didn't make sense. I joined a non-Halloween server, deciding to play Badwater, one of my favorite maps for Spy. I was having fun up until I was killed by a spy. And it was him again. Same look and name. Only he seemed different somehow. The texture was changed a bit.
Wow, this is very nostalgic for me, like...
And his face looked pale.
Oh, guys, face looked pale too. What?
I would try to look for him, and
This is very
end up being
nostalgic.
killed.
Damn.
And like the
I
other
might have
server,
read
I
this.
didn't see him on the
I don't know.
scoreboard. He ended up dominating
I might have
me.
watched a
I
video
saw
by
a
Mr.
message in the
Creepypasta
chat
about
and
this. I don't know. It sounds familiar.
Like a Cornish game hen.
a little disturbed, I asked my teammates if they saw this guy, or if he was killing anyone.
No, I'm not.
They all said
Nope.
the spies aren't that good and weren't having any problems. I asked them, what about Spy? They said they weren't being killed by anyone with a name like that. While I was typing another message, I was killed by Spy yet again, and asked if anyone saw that. I saw this reply. Do you have a bind or something? It keeps saying you killed yourself.
What? Very
I must
shocking.
be losing my mind. So there's a player that only I can see, who I know is killing me, but nobody else is seeing him in game or his messages in the
Yeah,
chat.
this is classic
And to everyone
Creepypasta.
else, it looks like I'm suiciding. This is crazy. How does any of this make any sense? I said to myself. Then I saw another message in the chat.
May I make a suggestion? Run.
Then my game
Ooh.
froze briefly, and it said I was disconnected from the server. A little creeped out, I decided to join another server. The map was upward. We were still at the first point. I picked Soldier and started moving out of spawn. I checked around the spawn door. Nothing. So I started heading to the front line. Checked my back once. Nothing. Moved a little further. Checked it again. Still nothing.
I like this
decided to
scene.
rocket
That's
jump the rest of the way and
I like
looked
that.
back behind me while I was jumping. I saw him standing still as I was flying in midair.
Is he a zombie?
For a brief moment, then cloaked and disappeared.
Can't see it. It looks like he's got that zombie skin.
Play War Thunder now. Join millions of players across the globe in massive battles on...
Don't
I
care.
decided to hell with this and went back to find him. I searched above, in the tunnels, by the edge of the cliff, nowhere to be found, so I started moving towards the front line again, trying to check my back every so often. He wasn't stabbing me this time. I would check my back every so often and see him just standing there, looking at me, before cloaking and running away. I would chase him, but
I'm sorry, I gotta say it again. This is it's just very nostalgic. I haven't read a Creepypasta like this in a while. It's a little corny, but like,
he was toying with me.
yeah, back
He knew I
then
couldn't
this
do
shit would
anything
creep
to
me
stop
out.
him. Eventually, I gave up looking for him and tried to have some fun, blasting people with my rocket launcher and blowing up. I was having a good time for a while. Then, as I was pushing the cart, I was backstabbed again. And this time, I was legitimately freaked out. I saw him again. But this time
He was zombified.
His suit was torn and raggedy, with dried blood on it. His right arm and leg had its bones showing at the knee and elbow, and the balaclava was now over his skull.
And then you got the music too.
The flesh was gone. It shouldn't have scared me this much, since it was part of the Halloween event. But after everything that has happened up until this point, I was scared at the sight of this dead spy. I left the server and decided to check my recent players list. Surely there was something there. Every player has a Steam profile, right? I looked at the list and there he was. The name was just Spy.
Oh wow.
And the avatar was the spy himself.
No,
A close-up
it
of
is
the face
revealed.
With a twisted and evil grin that went from ear to ear.
You see how corny
And
this is?
the eyes, they had a tint of red in the pupils.
Don't get me wrong, it's classic, you know.
Almost demonic.
It's good and it's
I checked the player profile
at the time, you
page,
know.
and the image was still there. That evil smile, looking right at me. He had no location, headline, or player introduction. The page was almost entirely blank. I looked at his Team Fortress 2 stats, and he had a total of 44,204
Damn.
hours
fuck?
logged in game. No fucking way. I looked at his player stats.
Yeah, only
All of his
spy.
hours were with spy.
It's
and
just
he had
spy.
over
That's
1 million
crazy.
points, and his longest
God
life
damn.
matched
He
his
truly is a
playtime,
spy main.
meaning that this player, whoever or whatever it was, never died.
Never died,
I
really?
did the math, and
Wow,
he'd been playing
never
since October
died?
10th,
Damn.
2007, the day the game was released.
He's been
I
playing
went
since
back to the
then.
profile page and the headline had
Holy shit.
changed.
I'll be seeing you.
I was freaking out. I know that wasn't there a few moments ago. All of a sudden, I heard this loud noise coming from my speakers.
I do
A
like the
siren,
voice lines of
then a
the
blue
spy.
screen
That's
came
pretty
up,
cool.
Realizing that my computer had just crashed.
It's like very glitched.
I rebooted it back up and got to the login, typed in my password, and was greeted with nothing on my desktop. Nothing. No shortcuts, no background, nothing at all. Explorer was still working, and I could still navigate the taskbar, but a small amount of static could be heard from my speakers. I figured then that I must have gone to some kind of fake Steam site and downloaded a virus, and decided to do a quick scan of my computer.
Maybe the spy
I,
is
for
virus.
whatever reason, lost my connection,
Hmm.
so decided to reconnect. I updated my antivirus and malware software and began scanning. I also started up Steam. and was getting ready
Too
to
late
send
now,
tickets
man.
to Steam support. Whoever this bastard was, I was going to report him. This was more than just some typical hacker or something. It was like I was being stalked. I checked my recent players list again. His name was still there. I clicked on his name and got a 404 error saying the page did not exist. I refreshed it as many times as I could, but the result was the same. I closed Google Chrome and decided to check the scan. Suddenly, every program I had open crashed. My taskbar disappeared and the static increased in volume.
Not
Then the
static.
black background changed into a horrific image that I will never be able to forget. The image of the spy, grinning from ear to ear, appeared again. But worse, the spy was now a decayed corpse. You could clearly see where bits of flesh used to be and a smile was showing, with some teeth missing. The right side
You
of
see
his
his
face was
smile.
blown out, like he took a shotgun blast to the face, but he still had bits of his eyeball where it used to be, while the left eye stared directly at me. It was yellow with some small red cracks in it, similar to how yours would look if you went a long period of time without sleeping. And while this
You would
image
go yellow?
stuck on my screen, I hear one of the spy's voice lines booming from my speakers.
This.
I'm coming for you.
Oh, he coming, alright.
Then I hear him laughing. Normally at first, then increasing in volume, and slowly becoming more and more distorted and twisted, looping over and over, creating an echo in my room. My ears were ringing as it kept getting louder and louder. I covered my ears, but still it was cutting through.
Just
piercing my
unplugged
eardrums,
computer at this
so
point.
loud
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
I thrown it
saying.
out, shutting my computer off instantly. I've reformatted my computer since then. I had no choice. After that incident, my computer wouldn't get past the Windows startup screen. I had to reset my computer to factory settings to get it working again.
Damn.
Since then, my computer has been running fine and I've been able to play other games. I told my friends and family that my computer crashed and I had to reset it, but I never told them about what I saw that night.
Hmm.
Team Fortress 2 is obviously on my Steam account, but until now I haven't installed it. I'm downloading as I type this, and I hope that by sharing this with you, I'll be able to play it again without shaking. I miss the game, but I can't get rid of this fear I have of the spy hunting me in my real life. I've been having nightmares since then,
Real life?
and they always play out the same way.
Get
I
backstabbed?
come home at night, and as I'm trying to unlock my door, I feel a knife being plunged deep into my back, and being pushed down, ripping through my spine. The spy's decaying hand over my mouth,
Ooh,
and
kinky.
his eye looking directly into mine,
Yeah?
laughing.
Having some
As I
eye
bleed to
contact
death.
action here.
And every time I wake up sweating, with my butterfly knife
What?
in my bed.
Ooh, that's pretty creepy. Creepy. Wow, so that's that. What are these videos? What the hell? Governor Days Shocker? The empty server migration? I don't think I've ever seen this one, to be honest. I don't know. I wanted this like a prequel to the, or dequel. That makes no sense. Yeah, that's been good. I actually like this approach. Kind of like more still shots, scenes here. So yeah, it's interesting because you see this creator, like he's kind of been experimenting and trying like different ways of approaching his on his videos. He doesn't have like one. He has like different variety of making content, you know, if that makes sense. So really like that aspect. So that's it. That's it. I really enjoyed that. It was kind of,
Face with
yeah, it was kind of creepy.
background.
But it wouldn't be creepy if it, you know, if it I don't even know what I was gonna say with that. Excuse me. Yeah, Creepypasta wouldn't be creepy if it wasn't creepy. So without further ado, be sure to check out this video. I'll leave the link down below. Check out 2 Idiot Germans. Yeah. So that was very nostalgic for me, and probably for you guys too, because it was just like very corny a little bit, but like back in the day for its time, it was pretty creepy. So anyways, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I really enjoyed the video, and yeah, that'll be it. Until the next reaction, I will see you guys in the next video.